Hello, Sam. Welcome back. It has been a long time.
Hello, Armor. It feels like it's been a while since I've done one of these.
It's been a while since I've done one of these. They take a lot
Oh,
of time to record, as we just spent like half an hour trying to figure out sound settings.
yeah.
Every one of these that we do always has some weird audio issue. So sorry if we have another audio issue again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how do I skip this? Okay, so this is Rolling Gunner. This is a new Dojin shoot 'em up that has come out recently. Let's
Hmm. You've
let's turn up the
found
game
the
audio a little bit so you can
you
hear
found
the
the
tick
time to play
track.
2.5 hours nearly.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me reconfigure these buttons real quick just to make sure. Shot, bomb. I want this to be rapid. And we're gonna make this shot, and this is gonna be bomb. I don't like how it does that.
you and
It's
I
fine.
have different configurations.
Yeah, I'm also using a Switch controller, so
Yeah.
A and B are
I
in weird places.
I always put rapid shot on a shoulder button.
Oh yeah, I mean you can do that. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So this is, yeah, I guess it is just basically a bullet hell shooter, but it is a horizontally scrolling bullet hell shooter, which are a little bit more rare.
Hmm.
And to
Yeah.
kind of make up for the much wider play field, you have a satellite gun,
Huh.
the eponymous
Oh wow. Yeah.
rolling gun. So basically,
This.
moves. It's a something. I guess like the closest thing you could compare it to is like a zero gunner or like under
Yeah.
the feet. It moves by default. I don't think actually. I don't think you can change it, but it moves to opposite your direction, so it's always covering your back. But if you do the focus fire, it'll lock the position of the rolling bit
Okay.
and
That was gonna
concentrate
be
its
my
fire
first
a little bit.
question.
Yeah. So you can use the rapid fire to let it freely move around. This is 8 directional movement, so you can kind of trap it in like in between angles, but it moves pretty quickly between the 8 directions. So you're not gonna get like full analog control of it,
Yeah.
but it's
That
it's
might.
generally good enough with like the strafing to make sure that you can cover all your angles.
Yeah, my general worry with this is that I would end up like focusing maybe a little too much on the position of the gun over the position of the ship in
Yeah.
relation to enemy bombs.
So it
Especially,
moves pretty fast. So in general, you can kind of just quickly tap and or move in the opposite direction
yeah.
of the way that you want it to be. And since it's 8 directions, it'll get there pretty quickly. You can see at the bottom where it says 1000 down there. That
Hmm.
is the bar to build up to your powered up state. I forgot what the exact name of it is, but if you press it, it will, send you into a more powered up version. And then you can kind of see the green bar over here around my ship.
Hmm.
That is the time left in the powered up mode, and then you can kind of do like a limit break mode, which will burn the second bar inside, which is red. I'm gonna try to get that on this next stage. Right now we're playing
Okay.
on novice mode, so you're not gonna get a lot of the like more overwhelming patterns are toned down,
Yeah.
which is like a good place to start. A lot of bullet hell. Oh, there we go. Oops, I accidentally triggered my bomb right afterwards.
Nice.
So you can see up
This.
near the uh, top left here, you also have the regular bomb stock, and that does a
Hmm.
lot of damage and destroys it. If you play on
This.
easy or novice, getting
Hmm.
hit will give you an auto bomb.
This perspective is so strange.
Yeah, it does a lot of weird things with perspective. Um, I looked up the program that they use to make sprites, and it's kind of like one of those ones where you kind of can manipulate and, you know, stretch or bend things, like this sort of paper doll style animation.
Oh, wow.
It seems like they might be using some pre-rendered graphics for some of the parts, but they
does
use
look
the
like it.
sides perspective to kind of, I guess, like, as opposed to it being in 3D and then like doing a lot of the,
Right.
like usually you'd see like big sweeps and stuff if you play like a G Darius or something like that. You would do in 3D, and instead of that, they just kind of do like a lot of weird perspective with a side-on perspective. Like the angles that you see things from are weird.
Yeah, no, it's a strange one, but
Yeah.
like it works.
Yeah, it
Kinda.
works. This perspective kind of makes it feel like I'm flying my ship on the side all the time, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like, because I feel like I've seen this sort of thing in vertical shooters, and it does feel really strange.
Yeah. So there's a lot of weird fudging of the perspective. So you see a lot of things from like almost top-down level sometimes, and then as opposed to like the whole entire game being like a profile view.
That's the thing. Like, this is a perspective. I guess because it's also at like a kind of sort of 45-degree angle as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try
It
to
seems weird.
send into the power-up mode, and you can see as I'm doing that, I'm building
Yeah.
bar for that limit over. And if I press it again, I'll get an even higher powered up state. So it's not too unlike, you know, Crimson Clover, which I know you're a big fan of.
Yeah.
How you can kind of like re-break the powered up state if you build up enough while you're in it. There's a little bit more, I guess, risk management in this one. Oops, got hit. Because as that one is building up, the other one is constantly falling really fast, so you have to kind of time it to get the maximum amount of red gauge while your green gauge is draining. And it also encourages you to play closer to the enemy, because you basically get these medals as I keep getting hit. You basically keep getting medals as you're close to the enemy. So you kind of want to get as close as you can and build up as many medals as you can by like staying close and then trying to time it exactly between the two states of powered up without getting, you know, too close to either. I'm gonna actually switch to the other mode real quick, just because enemies and bosses go down really quickly in this version, in novice mode, which it's a good way to familiarize yourself or just casually play through the whole game. But you're not gonna really get the full experience of the mechanics. There is a regular casual mode.
Okay.
I believe it simplifies the score system, which is actually pretty good for playing casually. I've been trying to get into normal mode, but normal mode is genuine bullet hell difficulty. So when I just kind of want to, you know, sit down for like 5 minutes and play shooter, I found casual mode a lot more approachable.
Casual mode.
Yeah. But once you get to like the last couple levels, it's pretty hard anyway.
That's the thing. It's like someone's going to be seeing all these bullets across the screen and just like, casual? You sure?
Yeah. It's a casual bullet hell. It's not just a casual shooter. So it's still got that. Another thing, when you activate the power-up mode, it will cancel all the bullets and turn them into gems.
Oh, yes.
Medals. So you want to intentionally wait until you're in the most danger. There's a lot of waiting for the danger to be right next to you. So while it doesn't exactly have like a grazing system, it does have a similar mechanic to encourage you to be in danger all the time.
They need to have more things like Bangayo's missile system.
Yeah. Wait until the
That
last
is
second.
a great way to encourage danger.
Oh, see. So, oops. On casual mode, if you get hit, the auto bomb will go off and just use one bomb stock. On normal mode, you do get an auto bomb, and the auto bombs are always going to be weaker, but they will use up your entire bomb stock.
Yeah.
To encourage you to actively use the bomb instead of just treating it like a health bar. So let's go into power up state.
I prefer like using those as like means of power ups or like clearing space over bombs. If I'll be honest.
The power up modes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You generally want to use the build up enough metal so that you can kind of have it on hand all the time, so you don't need to use a bomb. It's actually the same button as bomb, so they kind of know that you'd want to use that.
I guess that's a kind of conventional thing because Crimson Clover has that as well.
Yeah, because most of these games are based on like arcade boards. This one isn't, but it's taking the standards of it. They usually just have you tap one button to shoot, and then there'd be a long button.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's such a standard play language built through a lot of these kinds of games that they may as well just keep it up.
Yeah. So they give you different buttons for all the functions just because, there's, 16 buttons or something on a modern controller. Why would you only use 2? And also, you don't want to just be tapping the button the whole time if you're not in an arcade.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to do that in the arcade, if I'm honest.
Yeah. But I mean, how many times do you get to see an actual one of these shooters in an arcade near you?
Well, I don't have any arcades near me, but
I do have one that has like one cave shooter in it.
Yeah. I think I was playing. Yeah, I was at some arcade. I was playing R-Type.
Yeah.
And just having to constantly like
feed it quarters.
Well, yeah, that, but also just like press
the button. Because you have to hold
it was
charge.
just kind of.
It's a pain.
It might have been a free play machine. I'm not sure.
I hope so, because that game is impossible. You just have to.
I didn't play much of it.
Yeah,
I got tired.
It's a rote memorization game. I do enjoy that. They give you a lot of options to kind of cover the whole screen, and they make sure that they give you those warning symbols at the edges of the screen, just because enemies can and do come from everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if the review of this will be up by the time I put up this video, but I kind of compared it to most games, especially vertical bullet hell games, kind of treat the top and bottom half of a shooter as like a court. Like you can kind of think of it as like a tennis court, where you're kind of volleying shots between each other, and you mostly stay to the bottom of your court, and they stay to the top. In Rolling Gunner, they just kind of come up from anywhere. So it's very important to be able to know that something's going to come off screen, because you could be hiding on this left side of the screen and then those enemies there pop off and kill you because you didn't see them coming.
There's no specific safe area.
Yeah. And I think some of the bosses do a good job of forcing you. The better bosses, in my opinion, like some of the one patterns here, force you to shoot them from different angles and not just stay in one specific spot.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. There's not a lot in this game that hasn't been done before. It's just done really well, I think.
Yeah.
Presentationally, I'm a little mixed on it.
I don't know. I kind of like the pre-rendered sprites looking vibe.
Yeah, I like the general aesthetic. It feels like something that would have came out like in 2005 or something.
This feels like a Dreamcast game.
Yeah, like a Dreamcast. Like it feels like something that would be on a Dreamcast. Yeah, for sure.
On a Dreamcast in 2005.
Yeah, like something somebody would put out on the Dreamcast past its past its official end.
Yeah.
And this is getting nightmarish. And I used
this
all my bombs.
Yeah. Casual mode.
Casual mode. Obviously your hitbox is just that circle in the middle of your ship.
Yeah.
So you can get through pretty much most things. There is a little glow around your shots, and There's a little glow around the shots of the enemies, which helps it stand across the background, but sometimes when they get really close to each other, they kind of feel like they're impossible to dodge. Just because they seem a little bigger than they are, usually. I will return to the menu, and I am sorry to show everybody the first 2 levels multiple times. But here's the game proper. On normal mode, no longer casual mode.
We'll see if you can get through.
I don't know if I'll make it past this first 2 levels again without continuing. You can just kind of... I'm pretty sure you get a lot of continues. I think you can just kind of effectively just keep continuing if you want to go through the whole game and don't really care about your score. Obviously, you want to 1cc it because you want to get the high score.
That's the thing. My approach is I never use continues.
Yeah, if I usually most of the time, if it wasn't like reviewing it, I probably wouldn't have used continues because I usually just, if I lose all my lives, I just start over.
I think for me it also depends on the game's approach to continues. Like if there's a limited amount, I'll be alright for using them because that's kind of still a challenge. But with like infinite continues, I'm like, well, I don't want to use any of these. I want to.
Yeah, I also find that my concentration wavers a lot. If I'm not encouraged by like the limited resources.
Yeah, and I find I mean, it takes me a lot longer to get
my
through.
bombs now. And
But it takes me a lot longer to get through a shooter, but it means that I'm repeating the same like opening levels and getting much better at those as well.
Yeah.
So I treat everything as a practice run. I mean, I got really bad enough with yeah, jeez, boss
so
1.
losing all your bombs when you get hit is a nightmare.
God, yeah, it's really trying to push you around the whole screen there.
Yeah. And it's now with the you can see kind of how those mechanics, how much more risk you have to take.
God.
With being close to the boss when they got the full patterns. But your limit, going over the limit, does so much firepower that it's kind of almost always worth it, especially since it'll give you another chance to cancel all of the bullets into metals.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a huge no miss bonus, as there usually is in these games. I do like these transitionary scenes.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, there's like you get so much more firepower.
I think I was gonna say like my approach in like to continues in Crimson Clover at a point got really bad where like even if I lost like a single life, I would just restart the entire.
Yeah.
I just wanted like I want my no miss bonuses, thank you.
Oh boy, yeah. You can't. A lot of games in the early goddamn, the early stages will kind of just let you get away with. Oops.
Oh no, this
I'm
is just
losing.
this...
I'm in the spiral now. Will kind of let you get away with just running around.
Yeah.
The patterns. And kind of like fudging, dodging like that. From the go, if you are playing on normal, this game will not let you fuck around like that. It will immediately force you to start it will immediately make you aware that your hitbox is very small and that you should be running into the storm of bullets. Yeah, see, I didn't even.
Oh wow, yeah, continue already.
You will have to run into the storm of bullets, and dodging in between the spaces of the patterns rather than trying to avoid the patterns entirely. So, casual mode is very good for if you want a chill experience because sometimes you are not in the headspace to.
Yeah, I know.
Dodge 2 inch in the 2-inch space that you have in between a hail of bullets. Or sometimes you are recording a video and it is impossible to talk and shoot at the same time.
I mean, yeah, it's just I'm just seeing all of these bullets, and I'm just like, this is like fucking,
Hell.
yeah, but well, yeah, bullet hell, sure, but I mean, it's like on the level of like shmup player I am, this is like sort of maybe what I can like manage when I'm like really on it and just like heart pounding, like maybe something that I could see in a final level, but not like the second stage of the game.
Yeah. So it's a lot, and it becomes super important. It becomes even more important just to survive, to get that metal system, and to know which enemies are gonna give you the big metal bonuses to fill up your bar faster.
Yeah, like, have you
wow.
been, like, over the course of playing this mode, are you giving much thought to the position of your satellite gun?
Yeah, I give a lot of thought to the position of the satellite gun. It's a little harder for me to remember the enemy formations and stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah, especially when they're everywhere.
Yeah. It's a little harder for me to memorize the enemy formations and kind of their score bonuses. That's the part that I'm having a little bit more trouble with. This is like one of those games that you just should record and then talk over afterwards.
Yeah.
Because doing them at the same time, this game takes everything I've got just to pay attention to.
Every other like shmup videos like thing will always have like someone else playing or a video of someone else playing. This is a risky proposition of
yeah, I mean that's thematically in line with the game, with what the game's asking for you. Yeah, see, and that it's this game especially is a little hard. Yikes! It's rough because it wants you to always stay close, and that just puts you in more danger.
Yeah.
So when you lose, you kind of get into a mentality like, oh, I gotta get closer, I gotta get closer. Which can end up backfiring on you pretty fast.
You got a no miss.
I got a no miss because I continued and got all my lives back. I might as well play the third level just because I think I skipped it every other time. And we'll see what
play
it's actually
Master
like.
Servant.
You think they're big Depeche Mode fans?
I know I am.
Mode dude.
No.
Ah, Jesus. Yeah, losing. You can tell how proactive they want you to be with the bombs, and the one thing about playing novice and casual mode is you develop a really bad habit of letting the auto bomb take over.
Yeah.
Which you really should use it actively.
Yeah, I guess that's the also just like having a bomb, or just like I've only got like 2 or 3 of these. I don't want to waste them.
Yeah, and that's just a general a much wider shmup problem.
I mean that's a video game problem.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I mean, specifically in the shooter genre, the reason they have auto bombs is because nobody uses them because they're limited.
I mean, like, I've definitely watched videos of players making use of them.
Yeah, I mean, really good players will do it, but most general people, casual players of the genre they will never use a bomb because they're limited.
I'm not sure I've watched video of pro players making use of bombs, but I've definitely seen people make use of bombs to get out of clutch situations.
Yeah, and there's also some games also give you a huge score bonus if you don't use a bomb, so you're also weirdly incentivized to not use it that way. So the auto bomb is basically the way of forcing them to not waste your continues because you waited too long to use a bomb, right? Oops. I think it's that's one of those weird inelegant solutions about the genre. And I think there's some games are better at it than others, in the way they kind of deploy and make you use bombs, make them feel like something useful, and valuable you can proactively use.
Yeah, absolutely.
This game kind of strikes that middle balance. This game is, in a lot of respects, aside from the way that it reconfigures the space for the horizontal shooting and omnidirectional stuff, it is, in philosophy, like a very traditional shooter. At this point, you're just going to see me die a lot. It's fine.
I'm like panicking for just the sheer amount of bullets on the screen
so
anyway.
Stressed out playing this game right now. But I mean, you kind of get the idea at this point, right?
Yeah.
Overall, as I've been playing it, I do think it's it's very much a shooter for shooter fans that makes some smart concessions towards people who don't want to live in hell.
Yeah. Don't want to just
don't feel like incredibly stressed out by the overwhelming things that ask for you. Oh man, see, and if you use the red, I should have looked up what these things, but if you use the limit break, you get so many more medals, so it's a huge part of scoring too.
I guess there's a rank system as well.
Yeah, so there's a rank system. For those who don't know, it's basically the game adjusts its difficulty.
Whoa!
Yeah. The game adjusts its difficulty for how well you're doing. Weirdly, I'm doing really bad, so this is the low rank.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is pretty low difficulty. If I was doing better, the game would adjust to make the game
there'd be so
harder.
much more bullets.
Yeah. So that's the rank systems are a game's way of keeping the tension. So if it senses that you're a higher skill level, it'll adjust to force you to play differently. There's a lot of tricks in this game as well for manipulating the rank and things like that. You want to be higher ranked to score, but you got to balance that with your survival. So you do things like either intentionally die, or this isn't quite like Battle Garaga where you're gonna intentionally suicide all the time to help you
because everything
save
in
it.
Battle Garaga increases rank.
Yeah, but you will use like bombs and stuff like that to drop the rank a little bit. Yeah, let's use this. Oh, I should have waited a little bit longer. Yeah, so the limit break runs out really fast.
Whoa! I just I don't know. It's as stressful as it can be. I kind of find it really fun when just there's always a bullet pattern like this that just dominates screen space.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a fun kind of stress. I don't know if that's a good way of putting it, but
yeah, it's definitely like that. And you can kind of see how when these get really clustered like this, you can see the glow around them. It kind of makes it hard to tell where you can safely cross. I mean, I'm playing really bad on this one, but you know, if you, I don't think any hardcore shooter fans are over here trying to look for super plays on this channel. So
no.
And these animated scenes are, you know, just straight anime.
Yeah, they're really cool.
I'll play a little bit more of the next stage. I believe there's like 6 or 7 stages.
Don't want to give away the whole game.
It's a short game. So here's the part where you constantly ascend. You start in the city, and now you're gonna go higher until you eventually go into space.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically the game. At this point, you kind of know if this is the thing that you're in for. Definitely start with the... my recommendation is actually to start with casual mode. I think it works a little bit better than...
There's an expert mode as well.
Yeah, there's an expert mode if you want to suffer. It works a little bit better than novice mode. I feel like novice mode kind of... if you have never played any of these games, go ahead and start there. But the casual mode kind of has that right balance of fun and danger,
Mm.
and gives you a better idea of what the actual game is going to be like. There's also training mode, so you can choose what version and difficulty you want to start at. You can. There's the two types, the regular shot and the wide shot, and then you can adjust all these other settings. If you want to, you can start even in a different point of the level. I think you can go, you can go to like any level and practice it. So if you want to practice it before you go to the run, you can even like set the ranks. Like it is like fighting game level training mode for this shooter.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's called Limit Over. You can like even turn on basically super. But yeah, that's Rolling Gunner. It's pretty cool. I'm amazed that this is on the Switch. It definitely...
Yeah.
I believe it came out as a Dojin shooter on PC, and it feels like something that would like this was straight up like a Comic Cat thing that you would buy. And
nice.
They got some support to help them bring it to the Switch and stuff. And I'm glad to kind of see stuff like this making it to like a bigger console.
Yeah, that's really cool. I might have to get this one for myself.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me again, Sam.
No problem.
Hopefully there will be more of these, and we'll see. We can share some more weird shooters that people might enjoy. Until next time.